Who's that? Yo, how's it going? Yo, how's it going? Well, I'm Blood 6 here. Never had that much time to actually make videos. Other than douchebag hacking me, brainwash me. Pretty much usual now. Until I get bored. Haha. Wink. Anyway, I'm making a RJ cable for internet. As I once told y'all before, there's your network set up that gets into your house. And then there's that network that's in your house, wires that you use. This is for Ethernet and Internet cable core, as well as phone cable. Now, Ethernet is known as rj45. There's actually many other terms for it, but I don't care. Then there's phone cable, which is rj11. And then there's just Ethernet cable. It could be warp or video on demand and stuff. Now, what's the difference between an rj45 and an rj11? Those are the basic ones. It's the pins. US have their own standards of how to set up their telecommunication or networking. UK have their own standards, so do China and Japan and Russia and South America. That being said, you can look from the left on you. From the left on my end, right here. From right on your end, there's a going from orange brown, which orange brown white, to blue, all blue, to blue and white, to green, green and white, to what color is that? Freaking green and green and white, another one. There's usually two wires like this. They're usually twisted together. As I discussed before in the other video, there's shielded twisted pairs and unshielded twisted pairs. The twist helps stops crosstalk or interference, which is the twist right here. But unshielded twisted pairs is simple that this copper or aluminum, depending on where you're going from, or zinc, whatever. This is wired UTP cable form internet copper form communication inside. This unshielded twisted pair doesn't have that aluminum foil or that freaking foil that stop interference around the copper wire. Shielded twisted pairs have those, and then they have their own category. This is just an unshielded twisted pair wire. I don't know, it might be Cat 5. I ordered a Cat 6 or Cat 7. I ordered a Cat 8 as well, but somewhere along the line, somebody got Cat 5 Alaska. Anyway. Now, how good these wires determine how good your in-state internet is. Category 8 is the most recent one of last year or year before. I don't. I made one beginning of last year, then it came out, but whatever. And so the categories are determined by the plating functions inside the cable, inside the heads, the plastic heads, as well as the quality of the wire and how the wire is set up to check as. Usually you can just make these from scratch. Just get copper, aluminum stretched into multiple bands, get a little insulated and put color coding on it. This is just plastic with copper or gold or plastic and aluminum, basically an insulator, double insulator. And on the end of it, it is the copper contact. Your hand cannot touch it unless you damage it. But if you put it into a slot that can host it, the copper connect the copper distance and the signal back. Now, depends on what country you're in or how you set up or you make your own stuff. Usually brown and white mean voice, and blue and white mean video, and then white and green means signal, and blah 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 blah. And these items go into the back of your item. Now, I'm going to tell you, color code is universal for what's the word for it? An understanding of telecommunication, but it's stupid on my end. I believe it's stupid. Yeah, it's stupid. But if you're doing it for like me, while I set my web server on my own, it is B for me and only me because I'm the one setting up. No hacks. And so basically, you get this one, you get another one, and you get another one, and another color, and another pair. and you strip the edge off by 4 centimeters. Once you strip the head off, you put a new head. This right here, this plastic thing. You put each one wire. Yeah, like I said, most updated ones each one wire. This one have two and one copper head, a copper pin. You put each one or each two of these in one area. The copper cannot extend past this head right here, unless you have a good insulator back here like this, which is also help increase your internet. Once you get that on there and get in there, which is hard, you end up having to use a crimp device. A crimp device is just a device that push down on pins with the right pressure first without stirring the copper. And once you push that down and you hit this down, the crimp on it, bam, you got an RJ head or RJ11 Ethernet cable head. Now, I would make one from scratch, but if I was living in the middle of nowhere like I used to and stuff, I would not have a problem. I would probably just snap my fingers, but I don't have time for that. Anyway, that's the RJ head. Check out for next feature videos for um, medical stuff as well. Before I go, this is also another router. I'm not going to use it. I'm going to take it apart, take the stuff out that I want. Now, certain routers are modem. Routers are not modems. Routers are to take in a signal and send a signal out. A modem is what your internet service provider to give to you. A router can boost your modem, basically, unless you have a good modem. Need my own modem. Now, usually on the back of them, they have the SSID. The SSID password is the password to log in to the router. Once you depends on what type it is. There's two forms of SSIDs on it. One is 5G, which is 5 gigahertz, as well as regular one, which is the signal. Better router, better signal, especially where you want. I'm going to go over the same thing I did last time. These antennas boost signal. More you have on, the better. 3 usually the most. Some I see with 6. Some I see with 10. Best Buy. There's a power button is where you need to put a pin in. If someone hacked this up, just reset it. Not that difficult. I mean, if you don't want to hack it, just go in there and these, like, if you were doing on my level, just desolder, but not my level, how just snap my fingers. Go in there and just desolder some of the wireless stuff. Go in there, then set it up, and then solder back up together. Router or modem, and then you have to call your NS service provider and let them know you reset it. That way, they can send you another IP address that's designated towards you. This is their Ethernet cable that goes in a modem, and these are the ports that holds the other internet service you want to send out. If you look on the inside, you can see the copper. The better your internet. If you want to do what I was going to do, just build my own antenna tower. I could just do that. But anyway, usually this is the internet service. If this is your only service as internet service provider, which it should never be because it's a router, designated router. This is the internet that comes in. This is a port that does console work, meaning if you want to get on your router or through a switch, or you're going to go through a switch to get onto the router and stuff, this would be connection you need to have in. Now, if you're not planning on doing that, you can have your fastest speed of your item that you want in the first port and go from this direction over here to the slowest speed, because this one will take priority over in on. But mostly, this is just for logging into this and do function on it. Since I know I got my virtual meter or my Oracle or my Gem or my CD drive burner stuff, all that stuff, I'm not going to go in there and start doing it. Not yet, anyway. I'm too bored for that. Now, to log into a router of your own router is standards from everyone. Actually, it's not standards. Just go to the website or read the manual. Usually, have how you log into it. Now, hacking is a different story. Just stop from hacking. A Mac computer is hard to hack, but it's not unhackable, which is why I use them the most. It's my Macs. But anyway, Mac is the same thing, but the setup to do it is different. If you want to log in your router or modem, it's the same thing going to the browser. But if you're doing remotely out of your household or as business or on a Windows or Mac, Windows, you have to go to remote access or go to command line or go to router configuration line, or it depends on what program or whatever you use. Mac is different because you got to go to do the sudo command to go into the browser, to go into another browser to do that. Unix is easier, but it's also hard because not many people know because it's just numbers and it's like Linux, and then you go further back to C plus to C. Congrats. Um, it's pretty much networking. There are many cables like this one. This is a Type C Ethernet cable. I mean, actually, this is a Type F Ethernet cable or USB Ethernet cable because it's a standard USB drive with an Ethernet cable on the end of it. Type C is for those old Android phones that have bigger pins like most Android phones have with an internet cable on it. Type D is for the new ones. The same thing with iPhone, the Type A's, the Type B's, and the same thing with whatever phone out there that have their own type of version, which is stupid. Whatever. Well, go ahead.